Welcome to the first episode of Are You RV Safe? I'm John.
And I'm Borgy. And in this series, we're going to be covering the basics on how to use your RV or recreational vehicle safely.
So we've got three people who are inexperienced at either driving an RV or towing, but they're really keen to learn.
That's right. So whether you've already done that big lap around Australia or maybe you're dreaming of doing it in the future, stay tuned as we ask the question, are you RV safe?
Interview 3, take 2.
My name is Jessie. I'm a mother of 2 children, aged 9 and 11, and I work full-time as a content lead for Madventure. I'm here to learn how to tow a caravan properly. My husband is a very poor passenger, and by poor I mean annoying. He has done most of the towing, and I'd just really like to be able to confidently help out more.
You could have moisturised your hands. Holy hell.
What does that mean? Hi, my name's Evan Spence from Unsealed 4x4. Well, I'm here because I feel very comfortable in a 4-wheel drive, but I'm not so good at towing. So I bought this camper trailer off Marketplace, sight unseen, and as I was backing it out of the gentleman's driveway, I jackknifed it, smashed into my bumper bar, nearly ran his kid over. It went really, really well, and so I've got a big dent in the back of my bumper bar as a permanent reminder of, you got some work to do, buddy.
Seen nothing, roll nothing, take nothing.
Years ago I wanted to buy an old coach that someone had done up as a motorhome, and my wife said to me, what do you want a bloody great big coach for? You be going by yourself. I like the idea of a motorhome because it's meant to be that size and that weight. I guess I'm got that overconfidence thing, so I'd like to see whether I am as RV fit as I think I am.
To help our learners improve their RV safety skills are 2 of Australia's most experienced RV driver trainers.
I'm John Eggenheisen, and I'm a driver educator specialising in 4-wheel drive training and towing training. Driver education is something for me that is particularly special. I love being able to teach people how to operate a vehicle out there on the road using their head, not their heart.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I told Mel to put me on camera before 12 before I was asleep. So I suppose I'm here because I want to share a lifetime of experience that I've gained from 4-wheel driving, touring, towing, all that sort of thing. In the last 15 years or so, I've been lucky enough to be in the RV industry. So it's time to give back. It's time to help share this knowledge I've gained and hopefully make the road a safer place for everybody.
Our learners have no idea what sort of RV they're going to be learning to drive or tow, and it's time for them to find out.
All right, guys, welcome. So Martin, you're going to be driving the Kia River.
Forward to that.
The motorhome. That'll be really good. Evan, you're going to be in the Amarok.
Unreal.
With the hitch canning
Okay.
hooked up behind. And Jess, you're going to be in the Amarok as well, with the Windsor Wild hooked on the back of that. The car and the van look fantastic. I think you'll be really good in that one. All right, guys, so let's introduce you to your RVs.
A new dimension in motorhomes, a new standard of motorhome performance.
The term RV certainly is more generally accepted within Australia nowadays. You would have called it by its original name, whether it be a motorhome or a caravan or a camper trailer. It really doesn't matter what we call it. It's an escape mechanism. It's a way to get out and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy, whether it be bushwalking, whether it be bird watching, whether it be 4-wheel driving, camping, fishing, it doesn't matter. Recreational vehicle is exactly that. It's a means to getting out there and enjoying life. Here's the Kia River, mate. Nice looking piece of kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect for what you want to do.
It looks as though it's going to be tons of room, but it's not overwhelmingly large in terms of parking.
No, you'll be able to park it in pretty much a normal car parking spot.
This Kia River motorhome is built on a Mercedes-Benz vehicle. It is a high-end model with all the comforts of home, including 3 double beds, not to mention reverse cycle heating and cooling, the choice of gas or electric cooking, and a 110-litre fridge. And with 6 certified seats, there's room for the whole family to travel together.
Well, I like this as well. You've got to open the door to secure the fuel cap. That works well. So there's only the 2 of you going to be travelling?
Well, we've got 2 grandkids already and probably more on the way in the coming years, so I don't want to be away from the grandkids. It's hard to be away from them. You just can't get enough of them, and that's another reason for thinking motorhome, because we might be able to take the grandkids on school holidays on little trips with us.
Alrighty, Ev. Question for you though. Have you ever driven with a trailer in tow?
I have once recently, the little box trailer, nothing much, and I was pretty anxious the whole time.
Evan's going to be driving a new 2-litre 4-cylinder Volkswagen Amarok style. Built for towing, he'll be able to take advantage of all the tech to help him ease into the towing life. Things like adaptive load control and trailer sway control will all be working to make it a safer towing experience. And what will he be towing? A brand new Hitch Camper's Canning. It's ideal for Evan's needs, being a small, light camper, but with a spacious queen bed and a kitchen. Also fully capable of going off-road, which he does every chance he gets.
Whenever you're going to jump into a vehicle that's got a trailer in tow, we want to make sure everything is hitched up.
Gotcha.
Right.
Do you have to say it's not going to go anywhere?
Yeah, if you tap and say that's not going anywhere,
Science.
it should work, okay? So we also want to check our lights are connected, okay? We want to make sure they're working.
Yep.
Apparently this fancy new Amarok actually has an inbuilt function that lets you check the lights from inside.
What a time to be alive.
Really cool.
It's a pretty cool little camper, isn't it?
It is. And it's not too big and heavy, so you're going to be nimble.
A bit like me.
Pretty well. Not like me, see?
Now Jessie is going to be towing the biggest setup we have. She'll be driving the new 3-litre V6 Volkswagen Amarok style with all the bells and whistles. That will be towing a Windsor Wild. This semi-off-road caravan would be ideal for Jessie and her family. With its lightweight construction, it means more weight allowance for their kayaks and bikes.
What do you think?
Well, it certainly looks impressive.
Well, it's not a little setup. It's actually quite long, isn't it? So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to.
Yes, it is.
So have you actually towed anything before?
I have, but what I have is a small off-road teardrop camper, so it's much smaller than this. This makes me nervous.
Yeah. It can be a bit daunting at first, but the good thing is, once you know the basics and do a little bit of research into it, it's very safe. I think the biggest risk when it comes to RV safety is getting into a position where the vehicle or the trailer you're towing controls you.
I believe the biggest danger that presents out there on the road is 3 things. Arrogance, to some degree, definitely speed, and fatigue. Arrogance we see when they probably understand the rules, but then flaunt them considerably. We see this a lot in overweight RVs. And we see a lot of people who go away on holidays. There's pressure to be on holiday, so they rush to get to their holiday destination. They're driving longer than they need to, and they're travelling faster than they should to try and get there on their holidays.
So I have a lot of anxiety about road issues, because about 10 years ago we actually had a drunk driver drive into our house and hit us. This guy, he had a warrant for his arrest. He stole his father's car. He had a lot of alcohol in his system, and he just drove full speed and kept driving. He launched off our driveway and basically landed in our window, came through the window, hit us on the couch, and we just went for this very not so fun ride across the room, where we stopped about this far in front of going through the glass door on the other side. My son was 11 months old at the time, and he'd never slept through the night. And it was the biggest blessing, because I'd gotten him out of his cot maybe a minute earlier. His cot was filled with hardwood with nails sticking out of it. So I have horrible anxiety about, roads and driving. So it's very important to me to learn how to do this properly.
Alrighty team, so when it comes to RV safety, understanding who and what you're sharing the road with is really, really important.
And to that end, boy, have we got a surprise for you.
Oh, goody. Oh, hello.
Check that out.
There we go. Now that's a big rig, if we've ever seen one.
It is.
There we go.
It's certainly a thing.
It is. What a beast.
Is this guy dropping off lunch, or?
Australia has the longest and heaviest road trains in the world. They can be 54 metres in length and up to 200 tonnes. So you imagine trying to pull that up when somebody in a caravan or motorhome just pulls out in front of you on the Nullarbor, it could end up in complete disaster.
So it's up to us as RVers to really watch out for them.
So in the outback, if there's a road train approaching, it can be quite intimidating because they're so large that I've actually had a friend, his Land Cruiser got sucked under, wrote the car off, he was hospitalised, and he's a very experienced driver.
If they're travelling at, say, 90 k's an hour and you're travelling at your speed of 100, if you wanted to overtake, that means that you could possibly be out on the road, out on the wrong side of the road for easy 2 kilometres. So that's a long time. That means you need to be looking down the road and have clear visibility for well over 5 k's to give yourself time to get out and keep moving.
A big part of being a safe RV driver is just being aware of the limitations and the visibility of other trucks and other vehicles on the road. And we thought, what better way to illustrate that than to let you hop up inside and have a look for yourselves.
Who's going first?
I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
Just to be clear, we never said you're driving. We wouldn't trust you with this at all, Evan.
That's what I like about you, you're smart. There you go, man.
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good. That's a long way up.
It is a long way up, a long way down.
What size motor's in this?
A 15 litre.
15 litre.
Yeah, 600 horsepower.
And where do you sort of drive most? Do you do inner city or?
Yeah, we mainly do Sydney Metro.
The calibre of Sydney drivers, I bet you've seen some.
Everyone's in a rush.
Yes.
The gap in front of me that I leave, one is because I can't see.
Yeah.
And two is because I need that gap to stop.
Yeah.
But the problem you have, you just need to drive expecting the car to jump into that gap and expecting someone to cut you off when you're pulling up to a set of traffic lights and you've left a big gap.
Gotcha.
People think, oh, I can get one spot in front if I go in front of this truck here. But
exactly.
you need to drive expecting that to happen.
Okay. I've never been in a prime mover before. I've been in some heavy machinery, like sand mining equipment and stuff like that when I was a kid, but that was completely different to what I thought it was going to be like.
Welcome aboard.
Glad to be here. Oh, I don't think I closed that properly.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How many people can you see standing around the front of this truck at the moment?
I can see the side of Martin's head out the front, and that's about it.
So from where I'm seeing, I can't see Martin.
Yep.
I can see Borgy's head.
Yep.
And I can see Evan's feet, but his head and body's behind that mirror.
Pairing limited visibility with a heavy vehicle that's so hard to stop is a dangerous combination. When you consider that a road train in the outback can be 35 metres longer than this truck and trailer, you really want to make sure you're not pulling out in front of them with short notice.
Oh, it was great. I was surprised at the lack of visibility, the places you can't see for almost a 4 metre radius around the front of the truck. It was quite alarming. I think everyone should get up into a truck like this to have a healthy respect for trucks on the road.
I turn right up here, don't I, John?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Thanks.
So, Borgy, why is it so important that we have communications out there on the road?
Well, there's a few different reasons, but the way I look at it is there's a lot of different people out on the road. There's a lot of different setups out on the road. You want to be able to talk to them and communicate with them, alert them if there's any dangers coming up, that sort of thing.
Unlike your mobile, UHFs don't require a network to function. The communication happens directly between sets. This means you can't have a network dropout, but as it's a short distance communication only, you need to be in range. The range distance really depends on the wattage of your product and your environment. But if you're using one of these Uniden X-Track Pro models, it could be up to 17 kilometres.
There are a couple of tips to using it as well. Make sure that when you do press to talk button, you push it down, hold it for about a second down so you don't clip your transmission, and then hold the microphone to the side of your mouth and talk across the microphone. That way it doesn't come out all garbled if you hold the microphone too close to your mouth.
Now, if I'm in a convoy, how do I play music to other people? Because they definitely want to hear it all the time.
Okay, well the easiest way to do that
Just knock yourself down. I'd recommend just to not be that guy because no one wants to hear it. Great source of communication, but it can also become a source of irritation.
Probably the best bit of advice I could give you guys is to remember, Whenever you press that button, anybody else that's on that same channel can hear what you're saying.
Other than as a kid to listen to truck drivers swear, that's about the extent I've had with using the UHF.
I'm always concerned with using a handheld, but always worried about mobile phone cameras and the legalities around holding a handheld radio in your hand.
As the law currently stands, you are allowed to use these because they're not a phone.
Oh.
And it's a one-way conversation, so you've got to basically stop transmitting to hear what somebody else is saying.
At work at Bunnings, we use the push-to-talk, which is like a CB radio, and it's amazing all the people that start talking and then press the mic. It takes them quite a while to get used to it.
Any questions at this stage?
Would you recommend having both? An in-car permanently mounted and a portable UHF?
Absolutely, if your budget will allow that to happen.
Obviously, these are really, really useful when you're on the road, but where they double down is equally important when you're trying to reverse your caravan into a parking spot. You've got someone guiding you. One can be at the back there, press the button, talk to you, and you can hear instructions from them.
So now, we're going to go to the RV Safe Handbook. I'm going to get you to read the section on communications. Right, there's a number of things in there that I want you to digest, please. And then in a little while, we'll come back and we'll give you a little bit of a test on that.
Sounds terrifying.
As so it should.
The RV Safe Handbook is a CMCA initiative that covers all the basics when it comes to RV safety. There are 80 UHF channels to choose from, but some are dedicated to certain groups like truckies or RV convoys. This is really important to know if you're trying to make contact with a fellow driver on the road.
So mate, one of the things that we want to look at is some of the questions. You've studied the handbook for a little while now.
A little bit.
Okay, so you have a road train coming up from behind. It's fairly obvious that at some point in time he's going to want to overtake.
Okay.
What do you reckon we need to do with our comms to sort that out?
I do know this 140 because that's what the trucks use.
That is correct.
And you look just as surprised as I am that I knew that, so that's good.
No, that's right. So either they're going to call us or we could actually be a little preemptive. So if you wouldn't mind, grab the handset, give a call out over the radio, the same as what you would do if you were talking to one of the trucks.
Hello, Mr. Truck Driver. This is Evan in a Volkswagen Amarok. Good chat.
Evan, what we need to be saying to the guys is basically very, very simple. We're in the Amarok with the camper trailer on. If they want to overtake, give us a yell on the radio and then we will do what we need to do to keep everything as safe as possible.
All right, well, let's give it a go then, I suppose.
All right.
This is Evan in the Amarok up front with the camper trailer. Just give us a yell when you're ready to come past and we'll try and make it as safe as possible.
Mate, that was excellent. That was really well done. Nice and clear. They understood what was going on. Terrific.
Let's keep it safe.
I think so.
Now it's time to see if Martin's studying paid off.
So if you were to see a camper van up ahead, a couple of people that you knew from a couple of nights ago in Esperance, Emily and Dan, what channel would you use to call them and what do you reckon you'd be saying?
I'd use channel 11, the call channel.
Yeah, cool, excellent.
And then once I've made contact with them, I'd go down a couple of channels to get away from the call channel.
Fantastic, that's absolutely brilliant. So you want to give me a quick run through on the radio?
Emily and John, have you got a copy? It's Martin from a couple of nights ago at Esperance.
Hey Martin, good to see you mate. Let's, what do you say we flick over to channel, let's go 17.
Okay, going to 17.
Mate, that was absolutely brilliant. Good use of the radio, good use of the handheld. Perfect, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Evan and Martin have passed their test with flying colours. Now it's time to see how Jessie goes.
Okay, so you've done a little bit of study on the RV Safe Handbook.
I have.
All right, and you've checked out some of the channels.
Yes.
How'd you go memorising those?
Oh, well, there's only so much room in my brain. I'll try my best.
You are part of a caravan convoy, an RV convoy.
Yep.
All right, what channel would you use as part of that convoy?
18.
18 is correct, channel 18 is correct. Nailed it, yes, well done. Okay, you're leading this convoy of RVs. You're about to turn right to Tetterfield. Would you like to show me on the handheld how that works?
I can try.
Yeah, that's all I can ask.
Hey, Borgy Convoy, are you there?
Copy.
Okay, we're about to make a right turn up here.
Copy the right turn.
Okay, that's good. What I would give would be some indication of how far the turn's going to be. because the convoy is a fair distance behind us.
Okay.
And possibly even a street name.
Okay.
And where you're heading as well would be a good thing. You want to give that another shot?
Hey Borgy, are you there?
Yes, I copy.
Okay, we're going to turn right in about 500 metres. We're heading towards Tenterfield, and you can't miss the right. There's a big blue car wrecked on the side of the road.
Copy that. Turning right near the big blue car wreck towards Tenterfield. Thank you.
Excellent. Nicely done.
Very clear, very descriptive. Much, much better. I actually know where I'm going now.
Next time, we're talking aftermarket editions. What's the most worthwhile accessories to spend your hard-earned money on? And then the big one, weight distribution. How easy is it to go overweight? What's the safest way to pack your RV? And where do you stand legally? RV Safe is a safety initiative of the CMCA, Australia's largest RV club. Join the CMCA to meet like-minded travellers, for discounts on insurance, access to RV parks, the Wanderer magazine, and their popular GeoWiki X-Travel app.
It's fun to be in the CMCA.